What's up, everybody? Let's take a look at the stock market. Today is July 26, 2021. I'm telling you, just looking at this data right here, I know it's only Monday, and we'll see how things are by the time we get to Friday. But right now, things are looking like this market's going to have a big pullback. Now, the pullback we had last week, the 2-day little pullback, everybody thought, oh, the pullback's done. Nah, it's not done. I'm telling you right now, not even close to being done. Okay, so get ready for a pullback. And I talked about this, I think yesterday, the day before, and a couple weeks ago, I talked about pullback and it happened. The pullback is still going to happen, guys. Second, third week of August, we should start seeing, and even maybe before that, the first or second week of August, we should start seeing the price declining. So I'm keeping a very, very close eye on this because this is going to happen. The chances are very high it's going to happen. Now I'm looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average in front of us. This is the weekly chart. Okay, you can see there it's sitting at this weekly chart sitting at 35,141, new high this week, whatever. And what really stands out to me is that the forecaster and the momentum are very high on the weekly chart. I mean, they are scorching. 450 on the forecaster, and the momentum is sitting at 78. So that is a big number. That number doesn't show up very often. That's a big number on the daily chart for the Dow Jones. Okay. So on the weekly's really showing, at least now at Monday, like I said, we got the rest of the week to go, but the weekly chart is showing pullback, most definitely. Let's look at the daily real quick for the Dow Jones. And to do that, I'm looking at the Dow Jones E-micro futures. And I mean, we could look at the Dow Jones Industrial, the regular index, the daily, but I'm just going to look at the futures because that's going to be a tradable product, right? And the daily shows it's not there yet, but it's pretty high. The forecaster's sitting at about 404. Momentum's at about 68, so it's not quite yet there on the daily. And that's the beauty of it, guys. You got the weekly saying screaming pullback, and the daily saying we're not quite there yet, but we're doggone close. So if things continue the way they are right now, then it could maybe go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever, throughout this week. If this thing continues to gain momentum and the forecaster momentum continue to go up, then you're going to have the daily and the weekly both confirming that a pullback is highly likely. Okay, I expect, at least the way things look right now, which I know it's just Monday, there's a lot of trading to go between now and Friday, but I would expect later this week, going into next week, we could start seeing a pullback happen and start looking for some red candlesticks on the daily chart. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this. I talked about this yesterday. If you didn't see my video from yesterday, it's a long video, but it's worth watching. I really go into exactly how you should be placing trades in a market that's going down. A lot of people just struggle with proper order placement and taking positions when the market's pulling back. Okay, you can take a look at that video, the description. The link for that video is in the description of this video, so go check it out. So that's what's going on with the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, which is what I'm going to trade. I'm going to trade the Dow Jones futures when I have confirmation the pullback has started. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the weekly for the S&P 500. Same thing. This thing is even screaming louder than the Dow Jones. If you think the Dow Jones weekly is screaming pullback, the pullback in the S&P 500 is absolutely even. I mean, it's shouting from the mountaintops right now. That thing is 464 on the weekly, on the forecaster, with an 82 on the stochastic momentum index. Yeah, those are some serious numbers. They are bumping up against. I'm telling you what, those numbers don't appear often, guys and gals. So, like I said, I know it's just money, but the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 are both on the weekly charts shouting from the mountaintops. They're screaming pullback. Okay, so that's That's the weekly. One last thing we're going to look at. I'm going to keep this video short today. That's the S&P 500 daily chart. And again, I'm going to use the E-micro S&P 500 futures to look at the daily. Okay. And it's the same thing as the Dow Jones daily. Okay. It's at 407. So they're very, very similar. So the daily on the S&P 500 is almost to the point where it's going to pull back. Not quite, but almost. You know what's very interesting too is that now that I'm looking at the S&P 500 here, and I've got these cycle analysis on here as well on the daily chart, and the cycle analysis on this has been just spot on. Man, look at those cycles, man. My goodness, they're just so. Those are what we call some beautiful cycles, guys and gals. If you don't know about cycle analysis, you need to go check it out. This is just confirmation to me. And on the weekly, you know, with some other analysis I did through looking at skew and looking at my own algorithm for the forecaster, I really dug deep yesterday, the day before, in the Dow Jones, and they all were pointing towards the second week of August 16th. Okay, and I'm looking at now I'm looking at the cycle analysis, and it's showing August 23rd. So guess what? That's just confirmation. They're within a week of each other. Okay, that's some serious confirmation going on right there. That the timing for this pullback is most likely going to happen. It could be any time during August, first, second, or third week. It could be a little late. It could be the fourth week. It doesn't really matter, because I listen to people who make comments in some other videos I watch for cycle analysis, and it's kind of funny. They talk about how the author who puts out the cycle analysis videos, which is Steve Miller, otherwise known as Slim, and they say, oh, he's pushing it out. He's always changing his forecast. He's changed his forecast, and they just don't get it. You know, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but they just don't understand. You know, that Steve Miller understands. A veteran trader, he gets it. We're looking for confirmation. We use predictive analysis, which is what cycle analysis is. I use forecasters for cycle analysis. I use skew. I mean, for predictive analysis, we use the forecaster for predictive analysis. Use cycles for predictive analysis. I use skew for predictive analysis. And when something says that there's a likelihood that's going to happen, then we talk about it. If it changes, we just change with it. We don't place trades on maybes. We place trades when we get confirmation. And yes, it could still work against you, but that has a lot to do with risk management, which I'm not going to get into in this video, okay? You got to have proper risk management. All right, so in any case, just real brief, finished up this video today. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, okay? Because I'm telling you, the market's going to pull back. If you want to know how to trade the market on the pullback, you might want to watch the videos I got. Already I've putting together, more they're going to come out in the next week, few days, whatever. As this market gets ready to pull back, I'll definitely put out some videos. So go ahead and click that icon to get on the bell to get notified, and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay, guys and gals, we've got the weekly charts in both the Dow Jones and S&P 500. Absolutely, at least on Monday, this could change, but on Monday, on the weekly chart, they are screaming from the mountaintops that there will be a pullback. The daily is slowly starting to confirm it. So we're just going to be patient. We're going to wait to see what happens throughout this week. And I'm when the time comes and I see that this thing is beginning to confirm that we're getting a pullback, I'm going to probably place a small position on the futures contracts for a short position, and then we'll wait for more confirmation and add to that position if we get confirmation. Okay, that's it for now, guys and gals. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you again soon next time.